Now, I always find when you're factoring and you have a negative x squared, it makes it a little bit more difficult to factor. One thing you could do is factor a negative out of the whole thing, and then you're not factoring a negative squared. To factor this, it would have to be 2x and x. To get 5, we'd need a 2 there and a 1 there. Both negative makes negative 5. Yes. There's still this negative sign out front. It looks a little small. Let's make it bigger.
I still can't do this one. I do grouping method, and then I erase it so I can't get any easier.
That's fine. That's fine. Do it on scrap paper. Factor it on scrap paper.
I also forgot to equate it to y.
And so our non-permissible values, x can't equal 1/2 and x. No, those are not non-permissible values. Those are my x-intercepts. X can't equal 1 is our only non-permissible value. Does it cancel out? No. So step number 1, we're going to have a vertical asymptote at x equals 1. And number 2, do we have an oblique or a horizontal asymptote? Because we have our highest degree in our numerator, we have an oblique asymptote. And so we find the equation of our oblique asymptote by doing synthetic division. So we're dividing by x minus 1, so we have a positive 1 out here. Our coefficients are -2, +5, -2. Bring down the -2. Add. And so the equation of our oblique asymptote will just be y equals -2x plus 3. The remainder doesn't matter.
For the remainder, it's 1.
Yes, that is 1. You are correct. So it does matter to get it right, because I would still lose a half a mark for adding wrong. But the remainder doesn't count as part of the equation.
You know how many times I've lost, like, half marks for adding wrong?
I know, I hate those. I added up wrong and lost a half a mark.
It's 9.
One time I wrote a 2 and I thought it was a 7 when I went back to it, because I wrote it really badly, and then I used a 7 in my equation.
So step 3, let's find our y-intercepts and x-intercepts. We find our y-intercept by plugging in 0 for x. The nice thing about using your original equation is a lot of things go away. Your numerator just becomes -2. Your denominator, -1, -2 over -1, means your y-intercept is at 2. Your x-intercepts, again, you plug in 0 for y, and the only time a fraction is equal to 0 is if the numerator is equal to 0. We'll use the factored form. Can you see that your numerator will be equal to 0 when x is +1/2 or +2? And so we can start graphing. We may need to find some more points, but we can start our graph. We have a vertical asymptote at x equals 1. We have an oblique asymptote at -2x plus 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3. A y-intercept at 3, a slope of -2 down 2 over 1. Label it as well, -2x plus 3. What do we know? We know that we have a y-intercept at 2, so I can label that point at 0, 2. We have x-intercepts at 1/2, 1/2, comma 0, and an x-intercept at 2, 2, comma 0. And we do not need to find any other points. Obviously, between these 2 points, they'll be joined, and this will go down towards this asymptote and up towards this asymptote. And in this section, up towards that asymptote, I find with these oblique asymptotes, it's really tempting to do the following. You ready for it? Phew. And that is an E10 error. It's E10 is for asymptotes. It's a graphing asymptote error. What did I just do? I went close to the asymptote and then away from the asymptote. So when we have asymptotes, it needs to get closer towards it and not get close to it and swoop away.
Well, like, what if you know and you just have bad drawing?
Then you just get a bad mark. Up until math, I've never been judged on my artistic skills. All right.
I have to do favorite movie. Wait, what did you get? Oh. I got favorite movie.
Questions for practice number 5. Oh. Oh, I like it. It's like a trickle effect. Different people figuring out. Some people are still like, I have no idea that that's the Roman numeral V. There you go. Now you can feel like you're part of everything. And we will do example number 4 right away.